Hey guys, we're back. Doing a gauntlet video today by a one Lethariel. He was kind enough to give me the gauntlet deck list, so here it is. There's nothing incredibly interesting about it, other than the fact that he's got a Holy Immolation, which is nice. He's got 3 Bright Moss Golems. It looks to be a solid deck. There's no silver, or there's one Silverguard Knight, but there's no legendaries or anything that's like truly awe-inspiring. So pretty solid deck. Some removal, which is nice. Anyway, let's get to the game in progress right now. First and foremost, I think I would probably throw away this Rust Crawler. So in Gauntlet in general, okay, hold on, I'm going to pause. I'm going to cough too, hold on. In Gauntlet in general, I really like maximizing the value of all your cards. And if I'm player 2, which our hero is right here, I don't really want to be playing a card like Rust Crawler if I can help it. It's nice early in the game when you really want to have a lot of velocity, but you've already got, just looking at this hand, you already have a lot of things that you're going to be doing the first couple turns. So turn 1, you're going to play Silverguard Knight. Like, I don't see any scenario where that doesn't happen. Turn 2, you're probably going to play White Widow. So White Widow is like a really solid card to play early in the game, and it just gets better as the game. Like every time you can proc it, it's super valuable. So maybe this is a long-term plan of just replacing this away. I'm fine with that, but this isn't a card I would actually want to play anytime if I could help it, unless it was actually getting an artifact. One thing to note, though, I think I would have kept the Bright Moss Golem. You're player 2, so you're going to hit that 5 mana sweet spot at least on turn 3 and potentially turn 2. And if you play the Silverguard Knight right here, like you definitely get 5 mana on your second turn. So I probably would have kept the Bright Moss Golem personally and thrown away the Rust Crawler. Anywho. Alright, what does the enemy have turn 1? A Dragon Lark. This is awesome. Okay. So I think pretty clearly we're going to play Silverguard Knight and Blood Tear Alchemist, and I think I would do it in a way such that the one of the 2 creatures could go up to this Mana Spring. So probably the Blood Tear Alchemist. And I would probably throw away this Rust Crawler. But yeah, okay. So that's exactly what I would do. Bingo. I still think I would have gotten rid of this. You want to find that, like, so this is a perfect example of what I was talking about. Like, if you had that Bright Moss Golem still, you could be playing it next turn, and like, how do you lose at that point? You've got a 4/9 on the board, and he doesn't even have anything. Oh my gosh, get out of here. All right, well, I think you play White Widow like back here, and you just advance with your forces, right? I'd replace this and start shooting him, and then you have a Sworn Avenger and a Martyrdom. Yeah, this seems very good. Okay, you got it. That's awesome. All right, well, we got the Bright Moss Golem back. Awesome. All right. Just as a side note, I don't know why you would stop there. It feels like you have the major advantage, so I would have come here, because I think, for first and foremost, like, I would just be advancing on the enemy if I could. But like, you're gonna want to keep your general in proximity with the Silverguard Knight, and the farther they get apart from each other, the harder that is to do in like the best positioning way possible. So it's not like a huge slip up, but I don't understand the only moving 1 space forward. Sunsteel Defender. There we go. Okay, so one thing to note is that you could have roared and Lionhearted Blessing this Bright Moss Golem if you had moved here. I guess Lionheart Blessing is the important thing because this has a Zeal requirement to it. So you can come forward and attack here. And if your general had been here, you could have come forward 2 spaces and been adjacent to it and gotten an extra card. And now I'm going to pause and say, I think you should have Lionhearted Blessing this card. Or wait, did you just replace into it? No, you had it before. I don't remember. But if you did have it before, you should have Lionhearted Blessing your White Widow because it says whenever it deals damage. So if you can do this combo, that's incredible, right? I guess as it stands, it's sort of a moot point now, but yeah, I think it would have behooved you to have roared this guy, because if he uses his Sunsealed Defender to attack this, the roar on the Silver Guard Knight actually does not do anything. Like a Greater Fortitude sort of negates that roar. Yep. Ruh-roh. If you had roared your Bright Moss Golem, you'd have gotten 4 extra points of damage in. Alright. So you replace the Bright Moss Golem. I don't know as if I would have done that. Well, you've got Second Son, I guess, which is like a nice 5-drop. I still think... I think I'm guessing that you probably didn't realize that Lionheart Blessing plus White Widow is an incredibly powerful combo. So to that end, I can't really fault you for that. But yeah, I think I would have kept the 4/9 because this, if he has a silence or something, that's pretty disastrous. All right, let's see what happens. Sworn Adventure comes down. All right, we are retreating. Seems fine, I guess. Lightbender, perfect. That's awesome. That's the exact card we wanted. Elucidator, ruh-roh. If he has another Dire 10 Frenzy, oh my gosh. This is terrifying. Ruh. Okay, I think at this point you basically have to use this Lightbender here, right? I wouldn't have moved there. I would have moved over here. By moving down 2 spaces, you put yourself right in position to get smacked by this Elucidator. Whereas if you would come over here, you get the same spot with the Lightbender, but you're out of the way of this thing, right? Oh well. I think I would. Alright, so I don't really see any reason to have done that. This creature still has Frenzy, so it's gonna do damage to you and kill this creature. I think I would have tried to take out the Sunsteel Defender and played the Maul right here. So like he's just gonna come up and attack like this. He doesn't even need to do that. Like your 4/2 Maul was gonna die anyway from this Elucidator. He might have even had lethal 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, he needed a fair amount more damage. Okay, Smasheroni. He left his mini checks. Yeah, you're in kind of a pickle. It's a real shame he didn't attack you with the Jaxi. You could have stopped. You could have killed the token. Oh wow! All right. Yep. All right. So there were a couple things there. The White Widow Lionheart Blessing combination. I guess it probably wasn't evident, but that's the thing to note. So any creature that deals damage can be blessed by the Lionheart, and you will draw a card. So something like Sunriser, ranged units. I guess if you somehow get control of an unstable Leviathan and put it next to you and Lionheart blessing it, there you go. It's sort of a weird corner case where you wouldn't, it's not immediately apparent, but that's something to have recognized there, and it would have ended up drawing you like at least 2 or 3 cards. I'm not sure how well you could have played around the Elucidator haste, the Elucidator with Diretide Frenzy, so I wouldn't really kick yourself over that. And I guess the Diretide on the Force Field minion was, a very powerful play, and I'm not sure what you could have done to prevent that either. At the end of the day, I think that there were some subtle mistakes, but nothing that I would say was too egregious. But yeah, you could have, I think, been a little more aggressive at the beginning, like you sort of didn't bring your general up far enough for that one turn, and I think that impacted your ability to play Roar on the better creature, which would have put your opponent to a lower life total. I mean, he was at 11 at that point. He would have been at 7 otherwise. And I know he had at least 1 attack against you at the end, so if you could have done a few more points of damage, who knows. But anyway, I think that overall you did fine, and you got blown out by Diretide Frenzy, which is one of, if not the best, Magmar common or basic or even rare. Like, that card is incredible, right? It's one of the best removal options and board control options that Magmar has, so I wouldn't fault yourself too much for losing to that card, especially in conjunction with something like Elucidator. The one, I guess, real misplay was the Maw, was moving towards the Elucidator that one turn when you could have accomplished the same thing, moving in the opposite direction, and then using the Maw on the Elucidator. He killed your Maw with Sunset Paragon, but he didn't even need to do that because the Elucidator was still hooked up with the Diretide Frenzy, so it would have just killed your creature regardless. Anyway, I hope that helps. Let me know if you had any specific questions, and for everyone else, feel free to submit some replays, and I'll happy to take a look at them. Thank you.